Hey guys, Tyson here, and this is the Stronger Olympic Lifting Series Week 3. If this is your first time seeing one of my training videos, be sure to click here to start the journey at Week 1. Now before we get into these epic Week 3 workouts, let's answer some questions. Oscar Wetch, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you go heavy on squat-like movements, your torso seems to be closer to one foot than the other. Do you recognize this? If so, how do you work around it? Any comment would be very appreciated. Still appreciated? Now the best I can do with this is just make discussion, give food for thought, because I don't know the exact answer and I assume it could be different for everyone. But for me, I could be left or right side dominant as some people are, and when things get difficult, favour one side more than the other. For me, that will be my left side. If I'm trying to fix that, I would just focus on paying more attention to that right side so it evens out for me. I hope that helps. By Lazo. Tyson, do you stretch/foam roll after workouts? If yes, which do you do/do first, and how do you do it? Well, no. To answer it simply, I don't stretch or foam roll after a workout. I did recently purchase Kelly Starrett's Becoming a Supple Leopard in hopes of learning a few things about mobility and incorporating that into my workouts or before and after workouts. So we'll see how that goes. Kermoxor. Nice series. Awesome to watch because I'm pretty much at the same level as you. You having a go, bruh? Are you using creatine? Spelt with a K. Think you've been playing a bit too much Mortal Kombat there, mate. Second question to that, do you ever use a belt when it gets heavy? Yes, I do use creatine. Not at the moment, but I do plan on using it further down the track for this series. In regards to using a belt, I will use one every now and then. Sometimes if my lower back is feeling quite fatigued, but I'm still going heavy for that session, I'll incorporate a belt into the workout. But other than that, no, there is no consistent use of a belt, even when it gets heavy, in my program. Kevin Gore. Oh. How do your wrists not hurt gripping collar to collar? Long arms, consistency. Collar to collar works for me. Any narrower in, and I start to, on full extension, whack my donger into the bar. So it just doesn't work. Ideally, your snatch grip position, from what I've come to know about Olympic lifting, is grab the bar, stand up straight, and the bar should align with the pubic bone, just above the crutch region. And that's the ideal position. Yeah, I do get wrist pain every now and then, but I wouldn't attribute it directly to having such a wide grip. I think it's just the consistency of constantly putting that pressure on your wrist when you're lifting such heavy weights over your head. Oh, shameless plug. 2 pecs shortcuts. You look so gay. What? Oh. That's all the questions for now, guys. If you have any questions yourself, feel free to comment down below. Subscribe to stay up to date. There's a new episode every Thursday. Now let's get on with this epic Week 3 workout. Hello, and it is the start of Week 3. Week 2 was a fantastic week for me. It was very strong. Since I'm starting at 80% this week, but I've been training the past 2 weeks, I'm going to make my 85% my new 80%. So essentially, I'm raising the bar. Mediocre pun. So in the first week, for example, my back squat at 80% was 130 kilos. The week after that at 85%, 140 kilos. This week at 80%, I'm going to be doing 140 kilos for back squat. And that's going to carry over to most of my other exercises, if not all of them. You'll notice, looking at my program, that the volume has decreased, so this workout should be quicker, there should be less fatigue, and it should be more efficient with really solid, strong lifts with perfect form. We know what our goals are, so every single exercise I do this week is going to be with that goal in mind for the snatch and the clean and jerk. I'm feeling really pumped and I'm ready to get into this first workout. Starting off with cleans with a pause. Pre-workout was C4 by Cellucor, orange flavour. Definitely prefer the blue raspberry. My intra-workout was BCAA 5000 by GNC. and welcome to session 9. For me this week, the clean pause felt tougher than it looked. I think it looks quite easy, but it did feel like I grinded through a lot of the cleans. I didn't feel fatigued for this exercise. So if this is maintainable at 80%, then it's an easy 135 kilo clean and jerk. Jerks are pretty solid, pretty standard this week. I did find that bicep forearm injury that I mentioned last week is starting to gradually disappear now, and I put that down to my consistent training with weightlifting, as well as the volume decreasing. So I wasn't attacking that injury as much as I was attacking it last week and the week before. I think the biggest thing I learnt from tonight's session was that there's a difference between a bounce at the bottom of a squat, which is ideally what you want to do, compared to actually relaxing and trying to get tight again, which is what I may have been doing. The bounce is taking advantage of your reflex. When you get down at full depth in a squat, your muscles that have completely lengthened to allow you to get into that position want to be shortened again. They want to contract. So what the reflex is about taking advantage of that and immediately activating those muscles to get back up out of the hole. Because the volume's decreased, I can focus on form more than ever. Notice how my focus on power in the second pull results in my arms bending in anticipation. Ideally they should be straight the whole way through, only bending to carry through the momentum that I've generated from the pull. Post-workout was Pro Antium by the Ronnie Cole series. Hey guys, this is just for you. Who else would it be for? I was having a terrible time driving home today. I was doing something last night on the computer, editing wise, that kept me up a bit later than I wanted. So I went to bed a bit later. Alarm went off this morning at 6:30, felt terrible. Had to get up, had to go to work, tired driving there, tired driving back. The C4 didn't even work. I was tired the whole way home, which was about an hour and a half drive. So I've pulled up in gym, pulled up to here, set a 10-minute alarm and just had a quick little nap. And I started dreaming about something, and it's like a dream where you think it's real, that it's happening, and I had no idea where I was. And luckily I'd set an alarm for 10 minutes from when I was going to start the nap, and it went off and I realized what I'd done, and I'd nearly gone straight to sleep. That's how tired I am. You'd think, oh, you just slept, no way, you should go to training now. Well, I used to do training in the morning, which is basically you get up and go train, so I can wake up again. It's not going to be a workout. I just need to get in there and start the warm-up, I think. But yeah, this sleeping and traveling is taking its toll. But update, I found a place in Sydney, so I'll be moving there in 2 weeks. 2 more weeks. People don't move out till that time, so I can't move any earlier. But that's great. That means I can do my training close to home, works close to home, should get a bit more time for sleep. Won't be as tired, perform better, get the goals, get stronger. Pre-workout was C4 by Cellucor. Intra-workout was BCAA 5000 by GNC. I'm not as confident with the snatch as I am with the clean and jerk, so I want more consistency in my snatch training. If I was able to choose, I would put snatch in twice during my program rather than power snatch, but I'm going to stick to the program as that's what someone more experienced in teaching Olympic lifting has given me, so I will honour that. I ran into a friend at gym who I hadn't seen in a very long time. A good friend too, so I let her get the best of me. I wasn't hitting the bottom. I think I was affected a little bit by the long breaks that I had. I missed a rep, which I found pathetic for snatch balance at such a light weight, but I just don't think my mind was in it. I let myself get a little bit distracted, socializing, so it was my own fault. I need to be a bit more focused during my training if I want the right results. The front squats felt really good. The elbows hardly dipped, and it was just excellent, all around. Snatch pulls felt really good as well. I'm thinking the training is starting to pay off already. I'm already noticing some pretty significant increases in terms of technique, strength, and overall mindset. Post-workout was a protein shake in the form of a Big Mac. Pre-workout was C4 by Cellucor. Intra-workout was BCAA 5000 by GNC. I wanted this clean and jerk to feel easier. I also wanted to give you guys a different angle. The first rep was okay, but the second rep looks like I pull up unevenly, and when I think about it, it did feel like it was off. I don't know what was going on. Just some kind of uneven pull. I am left side dominant, so perhaps within the struggle, my dominant side came out. So the idea for push press, as soon as that bar passes your face, that's when you get the head through. You'll see for the first set, I actually exaggerated the technique a bit too much and pushed the bar too far behind me, resulting in me needing to put a foot back to stabilize before continuing the set. A light bulb lit up in my head during these sets of squats, which is to break at the hips. It's a tip that I received when I first started getting coached, and I read about it in Starting Strength, but I felt like it was something I hadn't thought about for a long time during the actual exercise. So thinking about that, implementing it, it really helped the set tonight. Good going, brain. You come in handy sometimes. I put the focus on one movement. Little tiny habit that can creep in is once I get up to that second pull at the end and give that shrug with my shoulders, I can briefly pause. That's what's known as a double movement in the pull, which is not what you want. A clean pull needs to start off from the ground fast, get faster, and then that top shrug is the fastest part. Nothing slows down, nothing stops. Post-workout was Pro Antium by the Ronnie Cole series. The workout is done. That was the third workout of week 3. Now I just want to show you something. As you can see, they are the gym doors. In there is where I work out. I park here. There is my car over there. It's a 24-hour gym. The car park is empty, so it's pretty quiet here at night. It's nearly 10:30. I just want to show you something that happens at 10:30 at a 24-hour gym. So let me paint the picture. You've just finished gym. There's no one in the car park. You're heading over to your car and the lights go out. Now there is absolutely nothing. There's the gym, and there's pitch black. I feel like I am in Rape Town. Session 12. There was no pre-workout today because I wasn't working and I was able to sleep in. Intra-workout was BCAA 5000 by GNC. $50 kilos as per usual. Same as last week pretty much. I think I could improve the bar path. Still seems to go into the hips and get smacked out in front. Like it to go straight up. Power snatch felt good overall, as it should with this low volume. I just felt that even though the arms and feet did snap at the same time, it just felt a bit slow. I am comparing to the pros, so I guess it's a bit unrealistic to expect to be as good as a pro straight away. But I also think it's appropriate as well, because if that's how good I want to get, then that's what I need to be looking at for motivation and for a demonstration of how my lifts should look. The adventure for this week was 50 kilos down to 40 kilos, then I did another set at 40 kilos, then I did 45 kilos. And you're watching that last 45 kilos. I thought I could have gone back up to 50, but I stuck to the program. I think this is an appropriate weight for percentage. It's a good exercise. It's very challenging in terms of body control, as you would have heard me say over these last few weeks. Give it a go. I think you'll be surprised at how difficult this one gets. Watch closely here. I did this set in one breath. It felt right. It kept up the pace and it kept the body tight. If I can digress for a second, I don't hold my breath for as long as I can until it looks like my head's about to explode. Sure, it looks like I'm under pressure, but it never feels like I'm about to blow up. If it did, I'd stop and take another breath. I'm very high on self-preservation, so don't worry about me having an aneurysm for holding my breath. Ideally for a pull, you want to pull the bar straight up. Now it looks like from this angle that at the top of the pull, the bar is slightly being pushed out. To fix this, I need to just keep the bar closer to my body and get a full extension at the top. Post-workout today was Pro Antium by Ronnie Cole Series. And that's week 3 done. Week 3 was great because the volume was lowered, so it helped me solidify technique at those heavier weights. Can't wait for next week, and I'm sure you can't wait either. It's week 4, up at 90%, the heaviest I've gone for 2014 so far. Remember guys, there's a new episode every Thursday. Subscribe to stay up to date, and I'll see you next week.